Hello, everyone. Welcome back to today's story. In this episode, something unexpected happens. While working under the warm afternoon sun, Tuna suddenly feels a sharp pain in her abdomen. Alex, realizing something's wrong, rushes her to the hospital to check on their unborn child, only about 2 weeks old. What begins as a routine visit turns into a day filled with joy, fear, and heart-stopping moments as Tuna learns she's at risk of miscarriage. Through every moment of panic and pain, Alex stays by her side, showing care and strength in ways she never expected. Stay with us until the end to witness this emotional journey of hope, fear, and love. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel to help us reach 1,000 subscribers. Your support truly means so much to us. The late afternoon sun drapes its warmth across the garden, turning every leaf into gold. Lytuna pauses her work, one hand resting on her belly as she wipes the sweat from her forehead. Her movements are slow, careful. Lately, even the simplest chores seem to drain her strength. On the stone bench nearby, Alex watches quietly, his eyes thoughtful. After a long moment, he finally speaks, breaking the silence between them. "Tuna," he says gently, "I think we should go to the hospital today. You need a proper checkup for the baby." The words catch her off guard, and for a second, she freezes. Her lips part, but no sound comes out. She stares at Alex, eyes wide, as if afraid this kindness is just a dream she might wake from. "Really?" she whispers. Alex nods, his tone steady but filled with quiet concern. "Yes, go get changed. I'll wait." A smile, small, trembling, but full of life, blooms on Tuna's face. She rushes inside, her heart thudding with nervous joy. In her small room, she opens the wardrobe and reaches for the shirt Alex gave her months ago. Her fingers linger on the soft fabric, brushing it as if it carries the warmth of his care. That shirt, simple yet precious, feels like a promise, a reminder that she's not as alone as she once thought. She changes into it, slips on her sandals, and takes one last look in the mirror. Her reflection shows tired eyes, yes, but also something new: hope. When she steps outside, Alex is waiting by the car. Their eyes meet, and his faint smile gives her strength. For the first time in a long while, the world feels less heavy. The sun shines brighter, the air seems gentler, and the garden, once silent, now hums softly, as if blessing her with courage for the journey ahead. The drive is quiet. Tuna sits in the passenger seat, hands resting protectively over her belly. Every bump in the road makes her heart skip, her mind racing with what-ifs. Is the baby okay? Did she work too hard? Alex glances at her, noticing the worry etched on her face. "Don't be scared," he says softly. "The doctors here are good. They'll take care of you both." Tuna nods, though her throat feels tight. The hospital comes into view, a white building standing still under the afternoon sun. It looks sterile, even cold, but inside it holds what she's been praying for: reassurance. Alex parks and opens the door for her. "Take your time," he murmurs, offering a hand. She accepts it without hesitation, the simple touch grounding her. Together, they walk through the entrance, the sound of her sandals echoing in the hall. Inside the examination room, the doctor greets them with calm professionalism. "You're about 2 weeks along?" he asks while preparing the ultrasound machine. Tuna nods nervously. The doctor gestures toward the bed. Lie down, please. Let's take a look. The gel is cool on her skin, sending a small shiver through her. The soft hum of the machine fills the air, and then, suddenly, the screen flickers to life. A small, faint shape appears. That's your baby, the doctor says, pointing to the tiny form pulsing rhythmically. Tuna's breath catches. She stares, eyes wide, as the sound of a heartbeat fills the room. A fragile, steady rhythm that seems to echo deep inside her chest. Tears well up, blurring her vision. Alex stands beside her, his expression unreadable, but his eyes soften as he watches. In that instant, something shifts. The distance between them, once filled with unspoken pain, begins to fade. Tuna reaches toward the screen, as if she could touch that tiny heartbeat through the glass. The doctor's voice breaks through her awe, explaining gently, "The pregnancy is very early. You'll need to be careful. There's a risk of miscarriage if you overexert yourself." The words land heavy, but Tuna doesn't cry. She only nods, her hand instinctively covering her belly. She can't afford fear now. Only care, only hope. When the exam ends, she sits up slowly. Her face glows with quiet wonder. For the first time, she has seen proof of her child's existence. A flicker of life that belongs to her and Alex. Alex hands her a tissue, his tone steady but kind. "You did great," he says simply. Her lips tremble into a smile. "I heard the heartbeat," she whispers. "It's real." Outside, the late sun paints everything in amber. The hospital behind them fades into a blur as they step out, hand in hand. Not out of romance, but out of shared relief. Alex helps her into the car, and before starting the engine, he turns to her. "The baby's strong," he says, "but you need rest. Promise me you'll take it easy." "I will," Tuna says softly. Her eyes glisten as she gazes out the window, watching the world roll by. The fear that once filled her has softened into something gentler. Gratitude. As the car hums along the road, Alex glances at her again. "There's a park nearby," he says. "It's quiet, peaceful. Let's stop for a while before heading home." Tuna looks surprised, then nods. "I'd like that." The car slows as they approach a small park bathed in warm light. Tall trees line the path, their branches swaying gently in the breeze. The sound of rustling leaves and distant laughter fills the air, a melody of life continuing, despite everything. Tuna steps out, her sandals brushing against soft grass. For a moment, she just stands there, breathing deeply. "It's so beautiful," she murmurs. Alex smiles faintly. "I used to come here when I needed to think," he says. "It helps me breathe." They walk slowly, side by side. Tuna's steps are careful, but her eyes shine with wonder, as if she's seeing the world anew. The air smells of earth and wildflowers, and every heartbeat she feels within her reminds her of the tiny miracle she's protecting. They find a bench under a large banyan tree. Alex sits first, handing her a bottle of water. "Drink," he says. "You need it." She takes it, smiling shyly. "Thank you." The park feels timeless. Sunlight filters through the leaves, dappling her face in gold. She leans back, whispering softly, "I've never felt this peaceful before." Alex doesn't answer, but the look in his eyes says enough. For now, words aren't needed. As the wind stirs around them, Tuna places her hand over her stomach again. My baby, she whispers, voice trembling with tenderness. You're safe. Mama's here. Her words drift like a prayer, carried away by the evening breeze. This moment, simple, quiet, but profound, is one she'll never forget. It's the first time she allows herself to believe that maybe, just maybe, everything will be all right. The camera lingers on them. Tuna, glowing softly in the fading light, and Alex, silent beside her, his gaze steady, protective. The park becomes a haven, a place where two fragile hearts, bruised by life, find the courage to hope again. The evening sky fades into a dusky purple, and the park slowly empties. Tuna stands, one hand brushing her belly, her other holding the bottle Alex gave her. Let's go home, she says softly, a hint of tiredness creeping into her voice. Alex nods and helps her into the car, adjusting her seatbelt carefully, his movements gentle and precise. As they drive, the faint hum of the engine lulls her. The city lights blur past, and for a moment, Tuna allows herself to rest her eyes. But halfway through the quiet road, a sharp pain cuts through her abdomen. Her hand instinctively clutches her stomach, her face twisting in agony. Alex, stop the car, she gasps, voice trembling. It hurts. Something's wrong. Alex's eyes widen in panic. He pulls over immediately, his heart hammering as he sees her doubled over in pain. Tuna, breathe. Hold on. She shakes her head, tears streaming down her cheeks. It's the baby. Please, Alex, hurry. Without another word, Alex speeds toward the nearest hospital, his hands gripping the wheel so tightly his knuckles turn white. His mind races, but his voice stays calm for her sake. We'll make it, okay? Just hang on. Tuna's breaths come in short, painful bursts. The earlier joy that had filled the day vanishes, replaced by raw fear. She whispers between sobs, I don't want to lose it. Please, not my baby. Alex's chest tightens. You won't, he says firmly, though his throat burns with worry. You're strong. The baby's strong. The hospital comes into view again, its bright lights glaring against the night. Alex slams the brakes, rushes out, and calls for help. Emergency! She's pregnant. Pain, heavy cramps. Nurses rush forward, wheeling a stretcher. Alex helps lift her gently, his voice breaking. Please, take care of her. She's just 2 weeks in. Tuna's hand grips his weakly. Her eyes are filled with tears, yet she manages to whisper, Don't leave me. I won't, Alex promises, his voice low and steady. I'll be right here. As they wheel her away, the sterile hallway swallows her figure, and Alex is left standing under the harsh fluorescent lights, his hands trembling. The nurse stops him at the door. You'll have to wait outside, sir. He nods numbly, watching until she disappears beyond the curtain. Then he sinks into a chair, burying his face in his hands. Minutes stretch into what feels like hours, every second thick with dread. The sound of footsteps, distant voices, and heart monitors blend into a blur. Finally, the doctor emerges. Alex jumps to his feet, his voice raw. How is she? How's the baby? The doctor sighs, tired but kind. She's stable now, but her condition is fragile. There's a threat of miscarriage. We've given medication to stabilize her pregnancy, but she must avoid stress and physical activity. Alex exhales shakily, his legs nearly giving way. Relief washes over him, mixed with guilt that he hadn't noticed her pain sooner. Can I see her? Yes, the doctor replies softly, but only for a few minutes. Alex steps quietly into the room. The air smells of antiseptic and faint lavender from a nearby diffuser. Tuna lies on the bed, her face pale, beads of sweat clinging to her temple. Her eyes flutter open as he approaches. Alex, she whispers weakly. He pulls a chair close, taking her hand in both of his. You scared me, he says, voice trembling. You and the baby. You're safe now, but you need to rest. A faint smile touches her lips. Though her eyes glisten with tears, I thought I lost it. When the pain started, I couldn't breathe. Alex tightens his grip gently. Don't think about that now. You're here, and so is our baby. That's what matters. Her voice breaks. I heard the doctor say it's risky. If I lose this baby, I don't think I could forgive myself. Hey, Alex murmurs, brushing her hair away from her forehead. You're not alone in this. I'm with you, every step. I promise. His words hang in the air, soft but solid, like a lifeline she can hold on to. Tuna turns her head, looking at him through a blur of tears. Why are you being so kind to me? She whispers. You don't owe me anything. Alex's expression shifts, his eyes filled with something unspoken. Because it's not about owing, he says quietly. It's about what's right. You and the baby deserve care, safety, peace. The room falls silent. Only the faint rhythmic beep of the heart monitor breaks the stillness. Tuna looks away, staring at the ceiling. When I saw the baby earlier, I thought it was the happiest day of my life. I never imagined it could change so quickly. Alex nods, his tone low and steady. Life does that, but sometimes it's the hardest moments that remind us how much we care. Her lips quiver, and she closes her eyes, whispering, "Thank you, Alex." He doesn't reply. He just sits beside her, his thumb tracing small circles on her hand, grounding her through the silence. Hours later, the room grows dim as night deepens. Tuna drifts between sleep and wakefulness, her breathing even but fragile. Alex remains by her side, never once leaving his chair. His gaze stays fixed on her face, the faint rise and fall of her chest, the tiny flicker of life they're both trying to protect. When she finally stirs, she whispers, "You should rest too." Alex shakes his head. "I'll rest when you're home and safe." A tear slides down her cheek, but this time it's one of quiet relief. The next morning, light filters through the window, casting a soft glow over the room. The doctor returns for another checkup. Her vitals are improving, he says with a small smile, but she'll need bed rest for at least a week. Stress could trigger another episode. Alex nods, determination in his eyes. I'll take care of her, whatever it takes. Tuna glances at him, her expression tender but unsure. You don't have to stay. I can manage. He cuts her off gently. I'm not going anywhere. We're in this together now. Her breath catches at those words. Something inside her, long, buried, and fragile, begins to mend. That night, as the crickets sing softly outside, Tuna lies awake, staring at the ceiling. She turns her head to look at Alex asleep on the couch, his jacket draped over his shoulders, exhaustion written across his face. Her eyes fill again, but this time with something warm. She whispers into the quiet room, "Thank you for not giving up on me." Her hand rests lightly on her stomach, feeling the faintest flutter beneath. The baby, her baby, is still here, still fighting. Outside, dawn begins to break, painting the sky in shades of rose and gold. Inside, the hum of machines fades into the background as peace slowly returns. For the first time in a long while, Tuna allows herself to believe that maybe, just maybe, she and her child will have the chance to live, to grow, and to love without fear. And beside her, Alex, unaware of her gaze, murmurs softly in his sleep, "You're safe now, Tuna. Both of you." The camera lingers on them, the morning light washing over their faces, two lives bound by a fragile heartbeat, and the silent promise of a man who has finally learned what it means to protect not just life, but love itself.